Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share something that may challenge how you've been taught to see the world. This life you are experiencing is not all it appears to be. You are in a simulation, not a virtual program run by machines, but a creation of your own mind, your own consciousness. And if you desire, there is a way to shape it, to rise above the constraints it imposes, and to transcend it altogether. Imagination is the spark of creation within each of us. Yet too often it's underestimated, dismissed as a realm reserved for fantasy and idle daydreams. But consider for a moment that imagination is not only a tool, but the very essence of creation itself. Everything we experience, from the buildings we inhabit to the relationships we cherish, began as an imagined possibility before it ever took form. When we understand the power of imagination, we realize it is the force shaping our lives, the unseen hand guiding our paths, and the key to creating experiences in the reality we inhabit. Imagine standing on the threshold of a life you deeply desire but have yet to experience. Most people, bound by appearances and circumstances, assume that life and external conditions dictate what is possible. But what if the reverse is true? What if it is your imagination, this creative, often silent faculty within, that brings your dreams into being? The unseen is the cause, the seen is merely the effect. By tapping into imagination with intention and clarity, we influence reality at its core, planting seeds that, with attention and conviction, blossom into the circumstances we desire. In each person lies the power to live beyond the limits of perceived reality. When you imagine a desired outcome, whether it is a new job, a harmonious relationship, or even peace of mind, and you dwell in that imagined state with sincerity, your mind and body begin to act in ways that align with this vision. It is no longer just an abstract idea. It becomes a state of being that changes how you perceive the world and how the world perceives you in return. You become attuned to possibilities, people, and opportunities that align with this imagined outcome. Imagination, then, is not an escape, but an entry point into a new reality, a world where the impossible becomes possible through belief. Imagination works most powerfully when it is felt. To imagine something vividly is not simply to see it in the mind's eye, but to immerse yourself in the experience as if it were already true. Feel the emotions of that imagined scene, the joy, the excitement, the sense of fulfillment. Your mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined event and one that is experienced in the physical world. When you hold an image in your mind and feel the emotions associated with it, your mind and body respond as though it were already real, gradually creating the conditions for its realization. This process is not limited to material desires. Suppose you long for inner peace or a greater sense of purpose. In that case, imagination can help you embody these states by conjuring feelings of calm, purpose, and joy. Imagine yourself as a person filled with peace, free from the usual doubts and fears. Dwell in that state, feel it, and you will notice how the simulation, this reality in which we live, starts to shift to accommodate your inner transformation. The power lies in your ability to imagine yourself already possessing the attributes or circumstances you seek. Most importantly, this imaginative power is immediate and infinite. No one can deny you the right to imagine anything at any moment. In your imagination, you are unrestricted. You can create a world where the limitations of the external do not apply, where you move freely, unbound by time or circumstance. Every time you return to this imaginative state, you reinforce it, bringing its essence closer and closer to the fabric of your everyday experience. It is not by effort or struggle that this comes to pass, but by ease and certainty, knowing that what you envision is already yours. Imagination is not a mere mental exercise, it is the very fabric of creation. When we embrace it as such, it becomes a guiding force, leading us to a life where what we truly desire unfolds naturally. When we imagine with conviction, our world rearranges itself to match this inner vision, for imagination is, at its core, the creator of reality. Perception shapes our reality, crafting the unique world each of us inhabits. We often consider perception as a passive process, something that happens to us as we respond to our surroundings. Yet perception is a powerful force, one that acts as a filter for all we experience and defines the nature of the simulation we live within. What we perceive, we accept as reality. Thus, if we perceive limitations, obstacles, or challenges, these impressions become the laws that govern our world. However, what if this reality we call the world is simply a projection of our own beliefs, fears, and desires, a vast simulation that reflects our inner states? When you observe something, your perception isn't objective, it's influenced by your past, your expectations, and your current emotional state. The mind naturally seeks patterns, categorizes them, and filters the information you receive, leaving behind only what aligns with your deeply held beliefs and assumptions. These assumptions are not always conscious, but they shape the lens through which you view everything around you. If you believe that the world is filled with scarcity and competition, that's precisely what you will see. Opportunities that don't fit within this perception will pass unnoticed, hidden from you by your own mental filters. In contrast, someone who holds a belief in abundance will perceive chances for growth, joy, and connection even in the most challenging situations. Perception, then, is the true architect of our experience. To understand the simulation of perception is to realize that every person lives in a unique world of their own creation. Two people might share the same physical space, yet their experiences can be worlds apart. One might see beauty, love, and opportunity, while the other perceives conflict, disappointment, and limitation. Their outer worlds reflect their inner landscapes, showing them only what they are prepared to see. This suggests that changing your reality begins with shifting your perception, adjusting the lens through which you view the world. Imagine for a moment that you hold the power to see beyond limitations, to reframe every experience in a way that serves your growth and happiness. This transformation of perception is the first step toward reshaping the simulation of your reality. Our perceptions are powerful not only because they create the boundaries of our experience, but also because they influence our actions and decisions. When we perceive a situation as difficult or hopeless, we naturally respond with hesitation, fear, or even inaction. But when we perceive a situation as an opportunity, we engage with it from a place of curiosity and confidence. This approach creates an entirely different set of outcomes. The simulation responds to the energy we bring into it, adjusting itself to match the assumptions and attitudes we project. Every choice, every action, and every thought acts as a command, reshaping the simulation according to the reality we expect to see. This is not to say that perception is easily altered. It is often built on deeply ingrained beliefs, societal conditioning, and past experiences. However, by becoming aware of the habitual ways we perceive the world, we gain the power to challenge and redefine them. Begin by questioning the assumptions that limit you. If you feel incapable of achieving something, ask yourself why. Is it truly impossible, or is that belief a result of past disappointments or fears? By breaking down these assumptions, you begin to loosen the grip of conditioned perceptions, freeing yourself to see a world that is more open and filled with possibility. This process may be uncomfortable at first, as it involves confronting the stories you have told yourself about who you are and what you are capable of achieving. But by transforming these stories, you alter the simulation itself. As your perception changes, you may notice that the world around you appears to shift as well. People seem friendlier, opportunities appear where none existed before, and situations that once felt challenging become manageable, even enjoyable. This is not because the world itself has changed, but because your perception has. You are now perceiving from a place of possibility rather than limitation. When you hold a perception of abundance, success, and peace, your simulation will mirror these states back to you, reinforcing them in your life experience. It may even feel as though the entire world has shifted to accommodate your new mindset, but in truth, it is you who have shifted. Your perception has recalibrated the simulation, bringing into focus the experiences that align with your new way of seeing. This perspective highlights the power of intention. By consciously choosing how you wish to see the world, you become the architect of your reality. You move beyond simply reacting to life and begin creating a world that aligns with your highest aspirations. Every time you decide to perceive a challenge as an opportunity, a delay as a moment for growth, or a mistake as a stepping stone to wisdom, you reprogram the simulation. It is not easy work, as the mind naturally seeks comfort in familiar perceptions. But with intention and awareness, you can break free from limiting patterns, creating a life that feels expansive, supportive, and aligned with who you wish to become. The simulation of perception is a self-created reality, one that responds directly to your beliefs and attitudes. By becoming aware of the lens through which you view the world, you hold the power to transform your experience from within. This is not magic, it is simply the natural response of reality to the way you choose to see it. Embrace this truth, and the world will reflect back to you a life that is richer, fuller, and more aligned with your true self. To live in the end is to inhabit a mental and emotional state where your desired reality is not something hoped for in the distant future, but something that exists right here and now. This approach is a radical shift from the conventional way of experiencing life. Typically, we view the present moment as merely a stepping stone towards some imagined future, believing that true satisfaction lies in some external achievement yet to come. But living in the end is different. It requires embodying the feeling of already having achieved what you desire, letting go of the need to strive or prove. When you live in the end, your internal world aligns with the reality you wish to experience, bringing it closer and dissolving the separation between your current self and your desired life. The power of living in the end lies in the psychological and emotional transformation it creates within you. When you allow yourself to feel as though your desire has already been fulfilled, you move beyond waiting, beyond doubt, and beyond the limitations that typically come with yearning for something. This process is not about ignoring reality, but rather about creating a new experience of reality within yourself, which in turn reshapes how you interact with the world. The power of this approach rests in its immediacy. Living in the end requires no external changes, no rearrangement of circumstances. All it asks is that you embody the feeling of fulfillment now, not in some distant tomorrow. One of the main barriers to living in the end is the ingrained habit of needing visible proof before accepting something as real. Our society teaches us to value what we can measure, weigh, and observe. As a result, we tend to see our desires as distant possibilities, separated from the present moment by time and effort. But what if reality were not as fixed as we believe? Living in the end allows you to bypass this need for tangible proof, instead letting inner conviction guide your experience. By holding on to the feeling that your desired outcome is already part of your life, you naturally align your actions, thoughts, and responses with that state, creating an atmosphere that invites your reality to follow suit. In practical terms, living in the end means continuously checking in with yourself and asking, how would I feel if this were already true? This question allows you to anchor yourself in the emotional state of fulfillment. Perhaps you would feel relief, joy, confidence, or even peace. These emotions are signals to your mind and body that the desired reality is already present, that you are no longer separated from it by time or circumstance. Through this practice, you train yourself to live from the position of completion, not lack. You become the person who already possesses what they want, acting, speaking, and thinking from that state. This isn't about forcing or pretending, but about allowing your inner world to expand and adjust to this new reality. The more consistently you live in the end, the less sway the outer world has over you. Life may still present challenges or external conditions that seem at odds with your desire, but because you are rooted in an inner feeling of accomplishment, these conditions no longer carry the same weight. They become temporary phases rather than barriers, circumstances that will shift because they are no longer aligned with the state you are holding. This inner transformation inevitably attracts external changes, not because you are actively manipulating the outside world, but because the outer world is merely a reflection of your inner state. When you live as though your desire is fulfilled, reality has no choice but to catch up. Another profound effect of living in the end is the sense of ease it brings. Striving and struggling can leave one feeling worn down and distanced from true satisfaction. By living in the end, you bypass these struggles, creating an experience of life that is peaceful, grounded, and free from unnecessary effort. When you no longer feel the need to push and strive for every outcome, your energy becomes focused and powerful, directed entirely toward experiencing life as you envision it. You release the heavy weight of "I need to make this happen," and instead embrace a natural state of trust and confidence, knowing that your desired outcome is already on its way. This trust reshapes your relationship with time. No longer do you see the manifestation of your desires as something dependent on when it will happen. Time becomes irrelevant because in your mind the experience already exists. Rather than anxiously waiting or constantly measuring progress, you rest in a state of fulfillment. When you live in the end, each moment becomes a reflection of that inner reality, and the journey itself transforms into one of enjoyment rather than longing. The paradox is that by living as if you already possess what you want, you free yourself from the constraints of time, accelerating the manifestation process. Living in the end also cultivates resilience. When you are firmly rooted in the feeling of your fulfilled desire, external setbacks have less power to unsettle you. They become mere detours rather than dead ends, for you know that your desired outcome is already a reality within. This resilience allows you to move through life with confidence and grace, unaffected by temporary appearances. In this way, living in the end doesn't just lead you to your desires, but transforms you into a person who navigates life with calmness and trust, qualities that themselves invite the unfolding of your deepest dreams. Living in the end is about transcending the boundaries between the imagined and the actual. It's about fully embodying the life you wish to live here and now, shifting from a mindset of lack to one of fullness. When you allow yourself to feel the joy, satisfaction, and peace that your desires promise, you realize that fulfillment was never something external. It is an inner state, one that you can access at any time, creating a reality where your desires are not distant goals but lived experiences. Faith in the invisible is an unshakable belief in realities that are not yet seen, touched, or verified by the senses. It is a conviction that goes beyond what logic, evidence, or the physical world can confirm, allowing one to move with confidence in directions that may appear uncertain or even improbable. This form of faith is not a passive hope or wishful thinking. It is an active, purposeful inner state, grounded in the understanding that reality does not begin with what we can observe, but with what we believe and feel deeply within ourselves. The invisible realm, where thoughts, feelings, and beliefs reside, is the very source from which the physical world springs, and faith is the force that draws it into form. To cultivate faith in the invisible, one must first accept that the world we perceive is merely a reflection of our inner state. Our outer reality is not fixed or immutable, but shaped continuously by our thoughts, emotions, and expectations. When we hold faith in an outcome, even when no tangible evidence yet supports it, we begin to shape reality at its most fundamental level. This process often requires us to look beyond appearances, to refuse to let current circumstances dictate what we believe to be possible. Faith requires a willingness to look within, to accept that unseen forces are always at work, and to trust that these forces will bring our vision to life in ways we may not yet understand. Faith in the invisible is, in essence, a partnership with the unknown. When you hold an intention in your mind and nurture it with belief, you enter into a kind of agreement with the universe, signaling that you are ready to receive that which you cannot yet see. This partnership is built on trust and a willingness to let go of the need for immediate evidence or validation. Instead of demanding proof, you embrace the feeling that your desired outcome is on its way. This is the essence of true faith. It sustains itself without constant reassurance, resting securely in the knowledge that what you envision exists already in a different realm, waiting to be realized in the physical world. One of the most profound aspects of faith in the invisible is its transformative power. When you genuinely believe in an outcome that has not yet materialized, you undergo an inner shift. Your actions, thoughts, and feelings begin to align with that vision, creating a sense of peace and fulfillment even before the external world reflects it back to you. This internal alignment is critical because it places you in a state of receptivity. Instead of doubting, questioning, or feeling anxious about the future, you experience the calm and certainty that comes from knowing that what you desire is already yours in the invisible realm. This shift in consciousness not only brings a sense of comfort, but also sends a powerful signal to the universe, aligning your vibration with the reality you seek. Faith in the invisible also demands resilience. The journey of bringing the unseen into the seen is often met with challenges and moments of doubt. The physical world, bound by time and space, may not immediately reflect your inner conviction, and it is here that faith is most essential. To maintain belief despite a lack of evidence is not easy. It requires inner strength and a steadfast commitment to your vision. However, each moment of doubt that you meet with faith reinforces your ability to manifest your desires. Every time you choose belief over skepticism, you strengthen your connection to the invisible and deepen your capacity to create from within. This resilience becomes a force that propels you forward, keeping you aligned with your intention regardless of outer appearances. Faith in the invisible is not simply about manifesting specific desires or outcomes. It is a way of life, a mindset that influences all areas of your existence. When you cultivate this form of faith, you begin to see life through a lens of possibility and abundance. You recognize that the limitations of the physical world are temporary, mere reflections of past thoughts and beliefs, and that anything is possible when you align yourself with the unseen. This perspective frees you from fear and hesitation, empowering you to live boldly and to embrace the unknown with confidence. Faith in the invisible becomes a guiding principle, a steady foundation upon which you build a life of purpose and intention. Faith in the invisible also nurtures a profound sense of gratitude. When you believe that your desires are already real in the unseen realm, you naturally feel thankful for them, as if they were already a part of your life. This gratitude is not simply a reaction to having received something, but a proactive expression of trust. By giving thanks for what you have not yet seen, you affirm its reality and strengthen your connection to it. Gratitude becomes a powerful tool in the practice of faith, turning every moment into an affirmation of the unseen. This gratitude is not conditional upon visible results, but is a constant acknowledgement of the abundance that exists beyond the reach of the senses. In practicing faith in the invisible, you learn to embrace the mystery of life. The unseen is a vast, limitless field of potential, and faith allows you to tap into it, to draw from it whatever you need to create a life of joy, purpose, and fulfillment. You no longer feel bound by what is visible or measurable, because you know that the true source of creation lies beyond these limits. This understanding brings a sense of freedom and empowerment, reminding you that you are always capable of creating, even in the face of apparent obstacles. Faith in the invisible is a testament to the limitless nature of the human spirit, an affirmation that our dreams and desires are not mere illusions, but seeds waiting to blossom in the physical world. Faith in the invisible is an invitation to participate in the act of creation. It calls on you to see beyond appearances, to trust in possibilities, and to embrace a vision of life that transcends what is immediately evident. This faith empowers you to live with purpose, to navigate life's uncertainties with grace, and to turn the unseen into the seen. It is a reminder that reality is not defined by what is visible, but by what we choose to believe in, to feel, and to nurture within ourselves. Inner speech is a powerful and often underestimated force shaping our lives, experiences, and identities. It goes beyond the mere act of thinking. It is the conscious and subconscious dialogue we maintain with ourselves throughout each day, shaping how we interpret the world and interact with it. This internal monologue, which we often take for granted, can be the decisive factor in either reinforcing limiting beliefs or inspiring transformative change. Unlike spoken words that can be filtered or moderated, inner speech reveals our most honest, unfiltered perceptions and expectations. When harnessed intentionally, it becomes a tool for creating and directing our lives with purpose and clarity. What makes inner speech so impactful is that it speaks directly to our subconscious mind, the part of us that ultimately drives our habits, beliefs, and emotions. The subconscious does not question or analyze, it accepts whatever it hears, especially when it is repeated and emotionally charged. Therefore, if our inner speech is filled with doubt, fear, or negative self-assessment, the subconscious adopts these as truths, which then become embedded in our perception of reality. For instance, if someone repeatedly tells themselves they are incapable of achieving their goals, this thought becomes a mental blueprint. Consequently, actions, feelings, and choices will align with this self-concept, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. By contrast, empowering inner speech establishes a foundation for self-belief and confidence, serving as a catalyst for positive change and growth. Changing inner speech is not merely about switching to positive affirmations. It requires intentional, continuous effort to reshape deeply ingrained narratives that may have developed over years or even decades. One of the keys to transforming inner speech lies in understanding that it is not just a reaction to external events, but a primary creator of our experience. Our internal dialogue influences not only our perception of the world, but also the actual circumstances we encounter. When we internalize empowering beliefs and practice supportive, affirmative inner speech, we shift the way we see ourselves, and this shift begins to manifest externally in our behaviors, interactions, and opportunities. Rather than a reactive tool, inner speech becomes a proactive means of shaping life itself. For this transformation to take root, it's essential to become aware of the automatic thoughts that frequently occupy our minds. These are the repetitive, often unnoticed comments and judgments we make about ourselves, others, and our surroundings. Bringing them into conscious awareness allows us to assess their validity and, if necessary, replace them with thoughts that better serve our goals and aspirations. This process, sometimes called mental diet, involves not only replacing negative thoughts with positive ones, but also ensuring that our inner speech aligns with the reality we wish to create. It means practicing kindness, patience, and encouragement within ourselves, cultivating a mental environment that nourishes our potential rather than diminishes it. Inner speech is especially powerful when it is specific and emotionally resonant. Broad affirmations, while helpful, often lack the emotional impact needed to influence the subconscious. Phrasing thoughts as if the desired outcome is already a reality creates a powerful connection between the present moment and the future self we envision. For example, instead of telling oneself, "I want to be successful," one might think, "I am fully capable and thriving in my chosen path." This type of statement bridges the gap between aspiration and reality, inviting the subconscious mind to adopt it as truth. Through this practice, inner speech becomes not just supportive but transformative, aligning our current state with our intended future and allowing us to embody the qualities and achievements we seek. Inner speech is a vital tool for maintaining focus, resilience, and motivation, especially when facing challenges or setbacks. It is during difficult times that inner speech is most revealing, as it can either reinforce feelings of defeat or inspire determination and creativity. By choosing thoughts that support growth and learning, rather than self-blame or discouragement, we create a resilient mindset that can handle adversity. For instance, instead of interpreting a failure as a confirmation of personal inadequacy, one might internally frame it as a valuable lesson or a stepping stone to greater understanding. This shift from a fixed to a growth-oriented mindset empowers us to persist, adapt, and ultimately thrive, regardless of temporary setbacks. Another essential aspect of inner speech is its role in building and maintaining self-esteem. Our relationship with ourselves is shaped primarily by how we speak to ourselves in our inner world. Positive self-talk nurtures self-compassion and confidence, encouraging us to see ourselves as worthy of happiness, success, and respect. Conversely, critical or self-deprecating inner speech can erode self-esteem, leading to a diminished sense of self-worth and limiting what we believe is possible. The power of inner speech lies in its capacity to rewrite these narratives. By consciously choosing words that affirm our value, talents, and capabilities, we build a more positive self-image that supports our overall well-being and success. Inner speech also influences our interactions with others, as our thoughts about ourselves often extend to our perceptions of those around us. When our inner dialogue is rooted in acceptance and empathy, we are more likely to extend these qualities to others, fostering healthy and meaningful relationships. Alternatively, if we habitually engage in judgmental or critical inner speech, we may find ourselves projecting these tendencies onto others, creating barriers to connection and understanding. Transforming inner speech, therefore, not only enhances our personal growth, but also has a profound impact on the quality of our relationships and the positive influence we bring to others. The continuous practice of intentional inner speech eventually becomes second nature, transforming it from an exercise into a habitual way of being. Over time, our inner speech shifts to reflect our highest aspirations and ideals, serving as a constant source of support, motivation, and guidance. It becomes an inner voice that encourages us to rise above limitations, to trust in our abilities, and to pursue our goals with confidence. This shift does not happen overnight, but with consistent effort it is entirely achievable. By aligning inner speech with our vision of our best selves, we cultivate an internal environment that is receptive to growth, fulfillment, and joy. Inner speech is the silent architect of our lives. By nurturing positive, empowering thoughts, we create a foundation for success, happiness, and personal fulfillment. The way we speak to ourselves internally shapes our reality, guiding our actions, influencing our relationships, and creating the lens through which we view the world. When used consciously, inner speech becomes a powerful tool for transformation, allowing us to create a life that reflects our highest aspirations and deepest values. Through inner speech, we can bring into being the life we envision, one thought, one belief, and one inner dialogue at a time. Mental discipline is the inner strength that enables us to control our thoughts, emotions, and actions, providing a foundation for achieving our goals and maintaining focus even in the face of distractions or challenges. It is the conscious commitment to shape our minds in a way that aligns with our higher aspirations rather than succumbing to habitual patterns or fleeting impulses. In a world that constantly competes for our attention, mental discipline stands as a shield, giving us the ability to maintain clarity, focus, and intentionality. Cultivating mental discipline is about mastering the mind so that it becomes a tool for success and growth, not a barrier. Building mental discipline begins with awareness of our thought patterns. Many of us operate on autopilot, reacting to situations based on ingrained habits and unexamined beliefs. Mental discipline requires us to break free from this autopilot mode by becoming conscious of our thoughts, identifying those that serve us and those that don't. This heightened awareness enables us to choose our responses rather than reacting impulsively. For example, when faced with a challenging situation, a disciplined mind can evaluate it calmly and consider potential solutions instead of succumbing to stress or negativity. By practicing this type of mindful awareness, we gain control over our mental states, creating space for positive choices and constructive thinking. A crucial part of mental discipline is learning to let go of immediate gratification in favor of long-term goals. In the pursuit of anything worthwhile, there are often moments when short-term temptations threaten to pull us away from what truly matters. Discipline empowers us to resist these urges, keeping our focus on the end goal rather than getting sidetracked by momentary distractions. This could mean dedicating time to study or work even when there are other more appealing options, or choosing to invest energy in health and well-being despite the allure of indulgence. In resisting the pull of instant satisfaction, we strengthen our ability to stay committed to our vision, cultivating a sense of fulfillment that grows over time. Another key aspect of mental discipline is the ability to manage and direct emotions. While emotions are natural and play a significant role in our lives, an undisciplined mind is often at the mercy of shifting emotional states. When anger, frustration, or disappointment arises, mental discipline allows us to acknowledge these emotions without letting them dictate our behavior. By observing emotions rather than becoming entangled in them, we can respond with intention, choosing actions that align with our values and objectives. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather mastering them so they serve us instead of controlling us. A disciplined mind can feel deeply while maintaining balance and control, fostering emotional resilience. Mental discipline is also about perseverance, the ability to continue moving forward despite setbacks, discomfort, or failure. It gives us the strength to persist in the face of adversity, transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth. When things don't go as planned, a disciplined mind reframes the situation, seeing challenges as valuable lessons rather than insurmountable barriers. This mindset allows us to approach difficulties with curiosity and determination, finding ways to adapt and improve. With perseverance comes a sense of inner power, knowing that we can handle whatever comes our way, not because life becomes easier, but because we become stronger. Maintaining mental discipline also requires a clear vision of what we want to achieve and why it matters. Without a sense of purpose, discipline can feel like a burden rather than a guiding force. When we have a compelling reason behind our actions, discipline becomes a means to fulfill that purpose, giving us the motivation to stay on track. This sense of purpose fuels commitment and keeps us grounded, even when challenges arise. It acts as an anchor, reminding us of the bigger picture and providing the strength to push through moments of doubt or discouragement. A disciplined mind draws energy from a deep connection to purpose, making every effort feel meaningful. Another essential component of mental discipline is consistency, the dedication to show up and put in the work, regardless of mood, circumstances, or external conditions. Discipline thrives on small, consistent actions that, over time, lead to significant growth. For example, committing to daily habits such as exercise, meditation, or focused work sessions helps reinforce discipline, building a pattern that becomes part of who we are. This consistency strengthens mental discipline as it reduces reliance on fleeting motivation or perfect conditions. By embracing routine and repetition, we cultivate a resilience that enables us to make progress every day, even in the face of challenges. Mental discipline cultivates a positive relationship with discomfort. Growth often requires stepping out of our comfort zones, and a disciplined mind is willing to embrace discomfort as a necessary part of the journey. Whether it's pushing through difficult tasks, facing fears, or confronting limiting beliefs, mental discipline gives us the courage to lean into discomfort rather than avoid it. Over time, what once felt challenging or uncomfortable becomes familiar, and we find ourselves capable of much more than we previously believed. This willingness to face discomfort fosters self-confidence, reminding us that we are stronger than our fears and more capable than our doubts. A disciplined mind is also one that can focus, avoiding the pitfalls of distraction in a world filled with endless stimuli. Focus is a skill that requires practice, and mental discipline provides the foundation for honing it. When we set an intention to concentrate on a task, discipline helps us return to that focus whenever distractions arise. By training ourselves to concentrate on one thing at a time, we increase our productivity, enhance the quality of our work, and experience a greater sense of accomplishment. This focus is not just about avoiding distractions, but about immersing ourselves fully in the present moment, allowing us to bring our best self to whatever we do. Mental discipline ultimately fosters self-mastery, the ability to direct our thoughts, emotions, and actions toward meaningful outcomes. By cultivating awareness, managing emotions, embracing consistency, and persevering through challenges, we become the architects of our own lives, capable of shaping our reality with intention and purpose. This level of mastery is not achieved overnight, but is the result of ongoing practice, patience, and a commitment to growth. Through mental discipline, we learn that we are not bound by circumstances, emotions, or impulses. Instead, we are empowered to make conscious choices that reflect our highest aspirations. It is a journey of continuous self-improvement, where each moment of discipline strengthens our inner resolve and expands our potential for success, happiness, and fulfillment. Self-concept is a complex tapestry woven from our beliefs, perceptions, and feelings about ourselves. It encompasses everything we believe about who we are, including our attributes, behaviors, values, and even our potential. However, in a rapidly changing world where external influences and societal standards can distort our sense of self, redefining our self-concept is essential for achieving personal growth, fulfillment, and a true understanding of our worth. The journey toward redefining self-concept begins with the recognition that it is not fixed, rather, it is fluid and adaptable, shaped by our experiences, reflections, and choices. A significant step in redefining self-concept involves confronting and dismantling the limiting beliefs we often hold about ourselves. These beliefs, which may stem from past experiences, societal expectations, or negative feedback from others, can act as barriers to our growth and success. For example, someone may have internalized the idea that they are not good enough in their professional life due to previous failures or comparisons to more successful peers. This belief creates a distorted lens through which they view their abilities and potential, leading to a cycle of self-doubt and inaction. To break free from these constraints, it is crucial to actively challenge these negative narratives. This requires a willingness to explore the origins of these beliefs, questioning their validity and recognizing that they do not define our true capabilities. Another essential aspect of redefining self-concept is the process of self-discovery. This journey often involves engaging in introspection and reflection to uncover our core values, passions, and strengths. By identifying what truly matters to us, we can align our self-concept with our authentic selves rather than conforming to external pressures. For instance, if an individual realizes that their passion lies in creative expression but has been pursuing a traditional corporate career to meet societal expectations, they may begin to redefine their self-concept as an artist or innovator. This shift allows for a more genuine representation of who they are, leading to greater satisfaction and fulfillment in life. The self-discovery process is often transformative, prompting individuals to explore new interests, develop new skills, and cultivate a deeper understanding of their desires and aspirations. Redefining self-concept also entails embracing a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, effort, and perseverance. This perspective encourages individuals to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable obstacles. When we adopt a growth mindset, we become more open to learning and adapting, leading to increased resilience in the face of setbacks. This resilience is crucial in redefining self-concept as it empowers us to take risks and step outside of our comfort zones. For example, someone who has struggled with public speaking may initially see themselves as shy or inadequate. However, by embracing a growth mindset and actively seeking opportunities to practice and improve, they can begin to redefine their self-concept as a confident communicator. The influence of social interactions and relationships on our self-concept cannot be overlooked. Our interactions with others play a significant role in shaping how we perceive ourselves. Positive relationships that uplift and encourage us can reinforce a healthy self-concept, while toxic relationships can perpetuate negative beliefs and self-doubt. To redefine self-concept, it is essential to cultivate relationships that foster support, acceptance, and growth. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who believe in our potential and celebrate our achievements helps us internalize these positive perceptions. Additionally, engaging in open and honest conversations with trusted friends or mentors can provide valuable insights and feedback, further contributing to our self-discovery and growth. Another critical factor in redefining self-concept is self-compassion. Often we are our own harshest critics, berating ourselves for perceived shortcomings or mistakes. This negative self-talk can be detrimental to our self-concept and overall well-being. Practicing self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a close friend. It means acknowledging our imperfections and recognizing that everyone makes mistakes. By practicing self-compassion, we create a more nurturing internal dialogue, allowing us to approach challenges with a sense of understanding rather than judgment. This shift in perspective encourages us to redefine our self-concept in a way that embraces our humanity and capacity for growth. It is essential to set realistic and achievable goals as part of the process of redefining self-concept. Setting goals provides a roadmap for personal growth and development, allowing us to measure progress and celebrate accomplishments along the way. When we set goals that align with our values and aspirations, we reinforce our sense of self-worth and capability. Each achievement, no matter how small, contributes to a more positive self-concept, reinforcing the belief that we are capable of growth and success. It is essential to approach goal setting with flexibility, recognizing that our aspirations may evolve over time. Being open to change allows us to continue redefining our self-concept in alignment with our growth and experiences. Another important aspect of redefining self-concept is the practice of gratitude. Cultivating an attitude of gratitude enables us to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a more positive self-image. When we appreciate our strengths, accomplishments, and the support we receive from others, we cultivate a deeper sense of self-acceptance and worth. Gratitude encourages us to celebrate our unique qualities and experiences, reinforcing a self-concept rooted in appreciation rather than comparison or inadequacy. By regularly reflecting on what we are grateful for, we create a more positive internal narrative that supports our ongoing journey of self-discovery and growth. Redefining self-concept is an ongoing journey that requires patience and persistence. It is not a destination but a continuous process of self-exploration and transformation. As we evolve, our self-concept will naturally shift to reflect our changing experiences, values, and aspirations. Embracing this journey with an open heart and mind allows us to navigate the complexities of self-discovery, ultimately leading to a more authentic and empowered sense of self. In redefining self-concept, we reclaim our agency, empowering ourselves to shape our identities and lives in alignment with our true selves. This journey not only enhances our self-esteem and confidence, but also enables us to live authentically and meaningfully, embracing our potential to create a fulfilling life. Gratitude is more than a simple expression of thanks. It serves as a powerful catalyst for positive change in our lives. It is an emotional state that involves recognizing and appreciating the goodness in our lives, whether it comes from others or from our own experiences. When cultivated regularly, gratitude can transform our perspectives, enhance our emotional well-being, and foster a deeper sense of connection with ourselves and the world around us. This transformative power stems from the ability of gratitude to shift our focus from what we lack to what we already possess, allowing us to experience life more fully. Gratitude encourages a shift in mindset. In a world where we often find ourselves fixating on problems, challenges, or unmet desires, gratitude helps us redirect our attention to the abundance that exists in our lives. This shift in focus can lead to a profound change in how we experience daily life. When we actively acknowledge the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small, we begin to cultivate a more optimistic outlook. For example, taking time each day to reflect on things we are grateful for, such as supportive relationships, moments of joy, or personal accomplishments, can create a sense of appreciation that outweighs negative thoughts. This practice fosters resilience, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and confidence. Gratitude has a ripple effect on our emotional health. Numerous studies have shown that individuals who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of depression, anxiety, and stress. This is partly due to the physiological changes that occur in the brain when we engage in grateful thinking. Gratitude activates the brain's reward system, releasing neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin that enhance our mood and promote feelings of happiness. As we embrace gratitude as a daily practice, we begin to rewire our brains to prioritize positivity, making it easier to cope with stress and adversity. This positive emotional state not only improves our overall well-being, but also empowers us to approach challenges with a proactive mindset. Gratitude also strengthens our social connections. When we express appreciation for others, we reinforce the bonds we share and create a sense of community. Acknowledging the contributions of others fosters trust and mutual respect, enhancing our relationships. Whether through a heartfelt thank you note, a simple verbal expression of appreciation, or acts of kindness, expressing gratitude cultivates a positive social environment. This interconnectedness is essential for emotional support, as it reminds us that we are not alone in our experiences. The more we nurture our relationships through gratitude, the more resilient our support systems become, enabling us to face life's challenges with a sense of solidarity and encouragement. Another significant aspect of gratitude is its ability to enhance self-awareness. Practicing gratitude encourages us to reflect on our values, priorities, and sources of fulfillment. When we take the time to consider what we appreciate in our lives, we gain insight into what truly matters to us. This self-reflection can guide our decision-making and help us align our actions with our core values. For instance, if we recognize that our relationships are a source of profound gratitude, we may choose to invest more time in nurturing those connections, thereby enriching our lives. This deeper understanding of ourselves allows us to live with intention and purpose, enhancing our overall sense of satisfaction. Gratitude serves as a powerful motivator for personal growth and transformation. When we acknowledge and appreciate the positive aspects of our lives, we cultivate a mindset that embraces possibility and potential. Gratitude allows us to recognize our strengths and accomplishments, fostering a sense of self-efficacy and motivation to pursue our goals. For example, reflecting on past achievements can inspire us to set new challenges and strive for growth. This forward-looking mindset empowers us to take risks and pursue our passions, knowing that we have the resources and support to navigate the journey ahead. Incorporating gratitude into our daily routines can be simple yet transformative. One effective way to do this is through journaling. Taking a few moments each day to jot down 3 things we are grateful for can create a powerful habit that shifts our focus toward the positive. Over time, this practice can deepen our appreciation for the richness of our lives, allowing us to cultivate a more grateful mindset. Additionally, integrating gratitude into conversations with friends, family, and colleagues can reinforce the importance of appreciation in our relationships. When we openly express our gratitude, we create a culture of appreciation that fosters connection and enhances our overall well-being. Gratitude also encourages mindfulness, the practice of being present in the moment. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we become more attuned to our surroundings and experiences. This heightened awareness allows us to savor the simple pleasures of life, a beautiful sunset, a warm cup of coffee, or the laughter of a loved one. Mindfulness deepens our appreciation for these moments, helping us recognize the beauty that exists in everyday life. This sense of presence enhances our emotional well-being, as we learn to find joy in the here and now rather than constantly seeking fulfillment in future achievements or possessions. Gratitude serves as a catalyst for holistic well-being. By cultivating a grateful mindset, we enhance our emotional health, strengthen our relationships, and foster self-awareness and personal growth. It empowers us to approach life with positivity, resilience, and an open heart. As we practice gratitude, we create a feedback loop that reinforces our ability to find joy and fulfillment in our lives, regardless of external circumstances. Gratitude is not merely a fleeting emotion, it is a transformative practice that enriches our lives and empowers us to create a more positive and meaningful existence. By embracing gratitude as a guiding principle, we unlock the potential for lasting change and fulfillment, ultimately leading us toward a life imbued with purpose and joy.